Ask not what we all be can do for you. Ask what you can do for we all be.
What's the brother's name? Kevin Durant.
Durant, you talking about the player for Oklahoma Thunder?
Yeah. I got a call from him the other day, man.
You got a call from Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
I know he's from the D.C. area. I know that. So, wow, okay. Tell us about this call you got from Kevin Durant.
No, he just said, thank you for what you said about the black athletes. I say for a change.
Oh.
The show I was on, he heard what a guy said, how come no athlete stands up? Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You counting Muhammad Ali?
Mm-hmm.
You counting Jackie Robinson? You counting Joe Louis? You counting Jim Brown? Most of the athletes, but don't say all of them. Well, they got this money. What money? Find out how many of them got tax problems. Because them companies, 99.9% white, have gone south with the money. Why? Because entertainers is just so happy. Oh, to be entertainers. Athletes are so happy to be athletes. There's only two people on this planet that will say what I'm fixing to say now. I like what I'm doing so good. If I couldn't get paid, I'd do it for free. Have you ever heard a dishwasher say that, or a prostitute say that, or a garbage collector say that? And so it's this whole, this whole thing that we look at and don't understand that 2 billion years ago, the dinosaurs, some of them was taller than mountains. They gone. They're gone. But also what they don't want to tell us is when the dinosaur was here, so was the butterfly. When the dinosaur was here, so was the turtle. Butterfly and turtle still here. So all y'all think big and bad means something to the universe? A little precious, beautiful butterfly can fly all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, fly all the way across the Pacific Ocean, but the bald eagle cannot make that trip. And that's our symbol.
Wow. Well, Brother Gregory, I tell you this, as a Memphis Grizzlies fan, I got respect for Kevin. As a Memphis Grizzlies fan, and we lost against them, the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday, I give Kevin Durant his props for saying that, for calling you.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to have a meeting with him. My son is sitting about, so I can really tell him. I don't mess around with telling athletes what they can do to free somebody. It ain't in your money; it's in your spirit. Jim Brown didn't need no money. So when you stop and think about, man, Muhammad Ali, and all of them, when I look at Stevie Wonder didn't say, I need to get a consensus. He said, I will not do another show in the state of Florida. Stand your ground till that law is rescinded. Stand your ground. When I think about all these shows I listen to, I have never heard nobody call in and thank Stevie. Always arguing about something. Always talking about this or talking about that. I'm blacker than you. I'm blacker than you.
Yes, sir.
It's just like that whole basketball scam. When they said, what did they say? They talked about all the dirty stuff that white boy was saying.
Donald Sterling, the owner of the L.A. Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him and they said him and the guy just resigned as over the basketball.
David Stern.
They said it was good buddies. You mean he never heard that talk?
I mean, he's the longest he's been in the league for 33 years, on the team since 1981, and David Stern was commissioner for a long time, so they had to be bosom buddies of some sort.
Yeah, they was good buddies, so he knew what he was. That's why he felt comfortable and didn't worry about saying it. And so my problem with all of that is this.
Okay.
The news breaks, right?
Yes, sir.
They wiped everything off the front page. Everything. But I didn't hear nobody tell me that January 31 to 2013, his son was found dead.
Oh, okay.
In his apartment.
Yes, sir.
Scott, 32 years old, was found dead, and they said they didn't know it could have been you got a billionaire son dead in the corner? It could have been drugs?
Yeah, I'm actually like, you told me about this, and I was stunned. I didn't know about this till today, and I found an article in the L.A. Times. It actually, is reported, I guess the article is dated January 2nd, 2013, but they said they found his body Tuesday in his apartment.
Yeah, well, January 2nd, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
In his apartment. But what else did they say? Did they say what the cause?
It was not immediately known who reported the death. Sheriff Department spokesperson confirmed that it was the body of him, but they were looking into the death as a possible drug overdose. Drug overdose.
Yeah.
They never confirmed it.
How do you say possible drug overdose when it's your job to tell me what I died from?
That's true.
And then it said in 1999,
yes, sir,
he had a fight between the son and a friend of his at Pop's house.
That's right.
Big fight. And then shots was fired.
Yeah.
But there's no charges.
Yeah, no matter of fact. Yep, you're right, because you told me about this, and I looked at this in the Los Angeles Times. They talked about it on the same year when they found him dead. It says Scott Sterling never charged in 1999 shooting of childhood friend, and that was his best friend since kindergarten. He shot him in the back. They were fighting over a girl. They were both in love with the same girl. And you know how that goes. It never gets old. And he shot him, but his father won the Jack Webb Humanitarian Award by the LAPD Historical Society. And he was a good friend with the outgoing prosecutor in charge. So he gave a lot of money to LAPD.
Oh, yeah.
And it went away.
Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
He was listed on the Forbes. He was listed number 250 richest person in America. So don't say the team is worth that, huh?
Yes, sir.
He's worth $1.9 billion, but the team ain't worth number 500,000. Okay? And the longer that team is in his hands, the more money it loses.
Wow.
Why? Because the advertisers.
Yes, sir.
And when they come together and vote, they better not vote that we believe that he was charged wrong. The girl was illegal. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let me tell you something. Every team that votes for him to keep that team, advertisers going to run away from him. Okay? And that could bring the whole basketball, to its knees. Okay? Man, we stupid enough to believe that none of those games is thrown. No college football game is thrown. No professional football game is thrown. Come on, y'all.
I mean, you got 5 Game 7s this weekend in basketball. This is the greatest playoff first round in history of the NBA.
Yep.
Coincidence? I don't know. I don't think so.
And so when you stop and think about this man, who is he? What's really behind this? But you can believe he will not be there because there's too much money involved for the other teams.
Yes, sir.
And so somewhere. So I talked to Kevin, and I congratulated them on how they reacted to it. And that scared the advertisers. I mean, that's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. The advertising.
Yes, sir.
People sitting in the office is scared. And if the card is playing right, you can go to all them teams and go up to the advertising office, see how many black people you see, how many women, how many Hispanic, how many Asian. You can go to all them teams and find out, how many people they have in the accounting section of where 87% black folks generating them jobs, but not for my mother, or my sister, or my brother. That's why they never wanted them to wake up.
Yes, sir.
That's why they was controlled by a white society who kept you away from. Because you could do things for me as a white dude I couldn't do. I get busted for drugs and all charges dropped. They said they didn't find enough.
Somebody asked you this, what do you think about his recordings? Because one thing I would say, he is a lawyer. He never said nigger or coon. He showed more respect in that recording for black folks than they do for President Obama. The politicians and whatnot.
Yeah,
he never called us subhuman.
Yeah, no. Or he said it and they bleeped it out.
Okay, he could have said it or bleeped it out, but he said black people throughout the recordings that I know of, the release.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something, just the fastness of it. It hit that quick. So it's more to it. And if he come up dead tomorrow, it would be hard for them to convince us he committed suicide because he's embarrassed.
So now they already released that he said he got quote-unquote prostate cancer. They already released that.
That's just a nice way to let him get out. Can't do the day-to-day operations. And his wife is just as big a thug as he is, so they can't give the team to her. And the son they found dead, they said he had nothing to do with the team. He wasn't part of it.
Okay, interesting. That's fascinating. So you think he was
there's a lot of people shaking in their boots now, at least. Yeah, same thing happened in football. Same thing happened in all in sports,
Yes, sir.
And so a whole lot of people, they're having meetings now. Say, man, how do we deal with this? I wonder if anything out. She got 300 hours of film on him. Did you know that?
You talking about 300 hours of tape?
Did you hear me?
300 hours. Wow.
So what does that mean? It means something going on. We don't know what it is.
So could it have been a conspiracy by people higher up than she is to try to get him out the league altogether to get his team?
Well, it got to be more than that. Maybe somebody reporting that he was trying to get some of the players to throw games and stuff, and they can't say it. So they might be doing the same thing.
Right. Somebody I had heard on a radio show, somebody said that Mark Cuban, who's been very vocal, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, had did a tweet back in 2009, I believe.
Had did what?
He had sent out a tweet on Twitter. He sent out a tweet. He had got into it with Kenyon Martin's mom, a basketball player who used to play for the Mavericks, I believe, in the league. And he said something about, to the effect, I'm paraphrasing it, that niggas be point shaving. Everybody knows it. And then that tweet got removed because the person claimed that she actually replied to the tweet, Sister Carrie Hines from Center Stage Radio. But she had the email correspondence, but she can't find it. You can't find it anywhere. You try to Google up that, that incident, there's nowhere to be found. So I don't know if that happened. I don't know, but, people said it happened.
Well, we don't know. It could have been something. Somebody was going to go to court. In the federal court. And so we don't know. We just know what they're telling us is not it. It happened too fast, and he will not have that team. They're going to break that up quick.
Well, I will ask you this, too.
And then the timing. Do you think black folks had the expertise to time this during the playoffs?
Oh, no, sir. It was like something from Godfather 2. I keep on thinking he Hyman Roth, like, the Jewish guy that was Meyer Lesky in Godfather 2.
Yeah.
I keep on thinking he's Hyman Roth. They're going to find a way to force him out and get rid of him. They're going to take care of their own. He is from Chicago. I'm not saying anything, but he is from Chicago.
Yeah. They've been doing stuff in Chicago, man. They hired the Chicago police to pull off the St. Valentine Day Massacre. But they just told us they went in dressed as cops.
Yeah, that was Al Capone. Great niece told me there was the police that actually did that. That hit. And Chicago, how do you survive Chicago? It's a gangster city.
Gangsters ain't nothing but punks and sissies, man. They don't. You got some integrity and you ain't scared. They run. You see, you have filth the same way you walk in your kitchen and there's a bunch of rats and roaches. All you do is turn the light on.
Oh, wow.
And they will tell you don't shoot them, just turn the light on. There's a spiritual light inside of all of us, and it don't come on when you're scared.
Yes, sir. So, and also I want to add so much wow. I want to ask you this, too, because he referred to how in Israel, how they treat black Jews. And John Kerry got in trouble that same weekend about accusing Israel of becoming a apartheid regime.
Yeah, but who referred to him to Israel, how to treat Jews?
Oh, Donald Sterling in another part of the recording. He talked about how.
Okay, yeah.
What's your take on that? I mean, like, John Kerry gets in trouble for it. You know, he basically he sounded like he was repeating what Donald Sterling was saying to a certain extent.
Yeah, but remember,
mm-hmm.
we pay the Jews in Israel a check every month.
Mm-hmm.
We pay the Palestinians.
Mm.
So they both dance to our music. Look what happened in Egypt. And I was shocked, man, that Senator Lay decided that the money that's appropriated to Israel army, see what they got. America set up where the Egyptians in their democracy.
Okay.
Egypt don't get the money. The military gets it, so they can take over any time they want. Okay. So how 3 weeks ago they arrested 700 people, man, talk about put them before a firing squad. And Senator Lay said, no, I'm not taking no more of this. So he put a hold on the money. So how you going to have a fair election and just call somebody, look at the president. He had an election. A whole lot of white folks don't like him.
Exactly.
So what you going to do, take him out of office? So why we expect them to act any different than we do?
Yes, sir.
And so that is the game. Evidently, he carried the wrong cue cards with him.
Teleprompter one. You need a teleprompter.
If you go back before Mandela,
okay,
the whole world knew South Africa, the white people, had a nuclear bomb. Where is it? The black folks that took over, they ain't found nothing. We knew they had it, right? But that's where white supremacy come in. They all buddies. They all big time pals, and they can hold the trick.
Brother Gregory, let me ask you about the colored people, as in the NAACP. You know, you talk about the black athletes standing up. What about the NAACP in your opinion, the LA chapter with Leon Jenkins?
Remember, there's some black athletes that didn't stand up. I don't know who they are. Okay. But you got what happened in there, and who knows how much money they was giving. You know, they fired him, didn't you?
Right. He said he resigned, but also he was a judge in Detroit or Michigan taking on the tape. So how can a person like that get a job like that in L.A.?
Hey, man, people get all kinds of jobs.
Yeah, true.
People get all kinds of jobs. And please, you know. But the fact they got caught, and the NAACP been here for 109 years. Let's go back for a minute. Can you imagine what it was like 109 years ago? An NAACP member in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Because you can't be that and hide.
Right.
Okay? Can you imagine what that was like? And did you think you'd ever see the day that Mississippi would have more black elected officials than any other state in America?
But look at the black prison population, though. They got to be almost 80%.
Yeah, well, no. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Don't talk about the prison population. Go down to Memphis tomorrow morning to traffic court.
Yes, sir.
That's 80% black folks. Do you think black folks doing that much more speeding than white folks?
Oh, no, sir. It feels like Walmart in there, actually. I mean, it's like a slave market. It's like a slave market.
Yeah, but I'm saying it didn't just start. It didn't just start. I mean, they know what they're doing. Huh? It's us. I've been black 82 years. I've never heard a white person say that black cop, shot my husband in the back or my mother in the back 40 times. I never heard that. Why? You think black cops are more spiritual? You think black cops are better trained? No, they know white folks ain't going to tolerate it.
You know, it's funny you say that. It was a video that came out not too long ago of a black cop in South Carolina. He shot a old white man, I believe. He thought he had a gun, but he had his walking cane in the back of his truck. And the guy was apologizing profusely. Like, he was just, oh, my God, sir, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I thought you had a gun. He was so concerned and panicked, I guess because he's going to lose his job. But I've never seen a white cop do that, you know, for a black motorist that they shot, you know, thinking they had a weapon.
Yeah, but listen.
Mm-hmm.
As black as I am, as black as you are, when you ever heard a black man say this white cop took his nightstick and hit my car?
Right.
You can shoot my mama, my children, my grandchildren, but don't mess with a black man's car. Is something wrong with that?
Something wrong with that.
Something wrong with that.
Our priorities are really...
Yep. And so, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you, Carl, I just want the Donald Sterling thing, because what is the pushback? Because whatever they give you, they take away something else. And I'm thinking about what happened a couple of years ago during the playoffs with Kobe Bryant, when he called the referee a faggot, and they found him, like, you know, a small fortune. Mm-hmm. So do you think that this is opening up the door for the establishment to, you know, basically, you know, control black folks in terms of the homosexual agenda? Would it be pushed back as far as freedom of speech for, like, you know, basketball players of color if they, you know, say something like I referred earlier to Kobe Bryant with the homophobic comment supposedly? Do you think that there'll be a justification to push black people out of certain positioning and stuff like that?
Yeah, they've been doing it, man. You know, okay. If they don't like what you're saying on this show and they think they can do something about it, all unless your lights go off.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it ain't like they just got a thought and did it. They made a plane disappear, didn't it?
Yes, sir.